this week called, of course you know what I'm about to say, John Wick 4 chapter, John Wick chapter 4. I don't know why I'm struggling with that. So yeah, I just watched it. It was 2 hours and 49 minutes long. And before I get into the movie, I just want to say we gotta appreciate the John Wick franchise. Like we seen all these John Wicks, and we don't realize that it's a franchise. We have John Wick that came out 2014, John Wick Chapter 2, Rullabellum or Ruckabellum or something like that, and then we have John Wick Chapter 3, which just came out a few years ago. Now this franchise wouldn't have happened if it was direct to DVD. That's right, John Wick was going to be direct to DVD. But then Lionsgate came in and was like, hey, we're going to give Keanu Reeves a chance. We seen what he did with The Matrix. He can bring back his stardom again. And these fight scenes here and there look kind of cool. So let's just bring this franchise in and see what we can do with it. And now here we are, a decade later, and it's about to be one of the biggest money-making movies this year, according to the box office from Variety and Hollywood Reporter and all that. So getting that out the way, no hyperbole, no exaggeration, no trolling. This is what I'm saying to you right now. I'm being so serious. John Wick Chapter 4 is one of the greatest action movies I've ever seen in my life. Dead ass. One of the greatest action movies I've ever seen in my life. Now, I seen two of the Raid movies. I seen Mission Impossible. I seen Mad Max Fury Road. I seen the DC movies, Marvel movies. I seen all these movies, but the action here, I never seen this much action with so much engagement, so much creativity, so much originality, so much variety with swordplay, with the gunplay. Everything is here. The way they use the cameras to show the action is amazing. They have one scene. Now, I'm not gonna give anything away because you're just gonna have to watch it for yourself. But they have an over-the-top shot of John Wick just shooting dudes left and right. And my mind was just overwhelmed. Like, if you had seen me, I said, oh my God, like 10,000 times. And at a certain point, I just stopped. Like, that's how much action is in here. And it's never boring. It's never repetitive. Everything just flows. It's so amazing how much action they put in here. And also, the acting is really good too. I'm gonna get to some negatives here, even though it's throughout the whole series. But yeah, Donnie Yen did his thing. The new guy that plays this character called the Tracker with the dog, he does his thing. This new actress who's the father of the friend of John Wick, who's one of the hotel managers, just like Ian from New York. That was the manager. He was really good. She was really good. Like, there's so many things I could say about the action because it is so amazing, and it is one of the greatest scenes, beat for beat, never boring. Like I said, it's great. Now, the plot is basically simple, but it's very effective because it ties back to the first John Wick when his wife died. Because we gotta remember, these movies don't take place 2-3 years apart. This is like 8 months of John Wick just destroying people, ruining people's lives, getting revenge on people that did him dirty. 8 months after his wife died and after his dog got killed by a bozo. Reek from Reek from Game of Thrones. It goes back to that. This is 8 months. He's been doing this. And I'm just like, once you realize that, you're like, damn, he went through all this. Man, like, we gotta remember, this man is grieving for his wife, and it's not it's not the little stuff that's going on top with the action, and it's not the little things that the managers are doing or whatever. He don't care about that. He is grieving, y'all. He has been grieving for 8 months because, like I said before, and I'm gonna say it again, because his wife died for 8 months. This is all out of frustration because he lost his wife. And even though the plot is simple, that's what makes it okay, because they tie back to the first one. This movie is basically a whole third act of a movie, except you got the epilogue for the first John Wick. You got the first act with the second one. The third one is basically the second act, which leads to the war here. And if y'all don't remember the last John Wick, basically he's in trouble for killing someone at the hotel. There's a rule where you're not supposed to kill anybody in the hotel, or else you will get ex-commandoed or something like that. And if you get ex-commandoed, everybody's just hunting you left or right. Random strangers, homeless people, musicians, chefs, everybody is an assassin in this universe. Like, it's crazy here. And yeah, it's just very effective. Like I say, even though the plot is simple, it's effective because it ties back all the way to the first one. Now, I want to get to these side characters because I mentioned Donnie Yen and I mentioned all these other actors. You know what? Let me say their names because they are fire here. First off, Donnie Yen as the blind man, amazing. Love his character. Love that there's a plot where he has to save his daughter from the top management or whatever they called, and it's lead by Bill Skarsgård, who's this bratty bull who just wants to do things differently than what they did in the past with all the other. They're not called managers, but they call something else. But I'm just replacing it right now. So he's basically the leader. You know, if you watch the last John Wick, there was this girl with the tattoo who's basically one of the high people that just want to give order and rules. And with Bill Skarsgård, they told him to do the same thing, but he wants to do things completely different. And he's just being petty about it. Killing people, doing things that are necessary but also unnecessary because he's just a petty person. The way he approaches things, the way he just being ignorant to everything that's in front of him. He doesn't take things seriously. So he just act like the boss. He acts like a leader, but he's not a leader, if that makes sense. So he does that. And so going back to Donnie Yen, Bill Skarsgård got his daughter. Well, basically got her daughter in like a high-end situation, and so he has to do these other things. He has to. Well, it's not a spoiler because it's in the beginning, so if you don't want to hear nothing, read a little bit. So Donnie Yen has to try to kill John Wick for his daughter. That's basically the whole plot of it. And he's so charismatic, even though he don't act like he blind. He pulls it off. He acts so freaking vicious here with the way he uses his fighting styles. It's basically like R.I.P, man. And it's so ridiculous, but it's fun at the same time. His hands are so fast. This man is 58. You wouldn't know he's 58 the way he be moving. Like, it's just crazy, bro. I love Donnie Yen, man. He is dope. The other ones that are the highlights of this movie is Mr. Nobody. Now, like I mentioned before, I mentioned the Tracker. But in the movie, he's called Mr. Nobody, and it's played by. I want to get this actor's name wrong, so let me check it out real quick. His name is Shamir Anderson. Now, Shamir Anderson is basically here for the vibes. Mr. Nobody just here for the vibes. He's not here to have revenge on anybody. He's not here to have any family members to save. He just here to destroy people. He just here for the money. He don't care. He just here for the violence. He here for the violence. That's just it. He a sniper. He got hand-to-hand combat. Like, this character is so cool, man. It's great to see a black character in John Wick being so dope here. And with his little dog, he's kind of similar to John Wick. He's basically what John Wick probably is before retirement. And that's so cool. And I hope they have a spinoff with him. It would be fucking nobody if they have a spinoff with Mr. Nobody. I will watch that day one. Day one. I will watch it. There's another character here. Like I mentioned before, I never heard this actress before. Her name was Rina Sayama. Her character's name is Akira. She was one of the workers. Well, not work. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the people that goes up front and talks to the customers or whatever that go in the hotel. She was dope. She was basically what I wanted Green Arrow to be, which is accurate, shooting people with arrows and all that. Her arrow sequences are freaking fire, bro. She was in Escalade. Dudes got guns, mask on, coming in. She just coming in like pop, 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 snack, 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 snack. Like, it is so cool seeing this, bro. I'm telling you, this movie, the way I'm describing it would not do you justice. You gotta see the movie. You gotta see it day one. Dolby, IMAX, whatever. You have to see it. Like I said before, the action sequences are fire. I mean, I can go on and on. Some of the I'm so excited. I'm mixing my words. The cinematography, the color grading, the camera angles, even the music is noticeable here. I'm just like, oh, I didn't know this. There's some scenes I like here with the music. Man, I'm just so excited for everyone else to see it. I'm gonna see it again this weekend. I'm gonna see John Wick 4 again. I'm gonna watch all 2 hours and 49 minutes. They said they cut some scenes off here, like I guess like an hour or so. Put more in. I want to see more. Give me the director's cut. Give it to me. Give me the director's cut on HBO Max. I know they not going to have DVDs or Blu-rays or nothing like that. This is not the old days. This is the new days. I want a director's cut. 3 hours, 45 minutes. Give it to me. I need it. I need it. I need it. And just to close everything off, because I'm just blabbering right now. What Avatar did for CGI and make everything look weak, John Wick is going to do that. But y'all talk about Mission Impossible. Everybody was hyping up Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise. Oh, the action is so fire. Once you watch this, you're going to be like, damn, I don't know how Tom Cruise going to do that. Oh, man, how they going to do the action? I'm never going to see that. You going to watch a Marvel movie, like for, I don't know, like The Punisher or Daredevil or whatever. You'll be like, damn, I see them fight sequences, but they ain't like John Wick 4. They ain't going to do that. They ain't going to top that. Like, the action dusts this off everything. I'm telling you, once you see this movie, it's going to blow your mind. And don't worry, just a little, just to say it so y'all don't waste your time. They do have an end credit scene at the end. That's all I gotta say. I'm just gonna keep a straight face because it is great. And it's gonna lead to something even better, I hope, with the series. This is probably the first time I'm gonna say this. And I know it got some problems, so let me be fair. Keanu Reeves, throughout this whole series, he ain't that good, y'all. But that's John Wick, basically, so I forgive that. There's also some physics. I mean, that's part of the John Wick legacy, but it's just, once you get thrown off a 10 feet building, it's just like, come on, bro. Can you just limp at least? Can you at least act like you hurt? You know what I mean? Like, I know you're not gonna get hurt. I know that. But can you just limp? At least show some type of realism. Show consistency, please. I see other people get thrown through cars. They get hurt. But when John Wick get hurt, it don't be like that. Also, like I said, it's not complex. It's not gonna be none of that. So if you're looking for some type of Christopher Nolan type of twist or some type of message or whatever, you're not gonna get that. This is entertainment at its finest. So I will give John Wick Chapter 4. This is gonna be the first time for his channel. I give it a 10 out of 10 stars, 5 out of 5, whatever. I'm gonna give it that. The action is great. The supporting characters I love. And John Wick ends on a good note. So that's basically it for my review. Basically for John Wick Chapter 4. Make sure to like this video. Comment down below your thoughts on John Wick Chapter 4. If you have seen it, let me know how you feel about it. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. You will not regret it. Yeah, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be the first to see my new content. Alright, y'all. Peace.